So a lot of people ask me and they say, hey, George, how long did it take you to get to making $1 million? And I actually want to give you the numbers per year as to what I made so you could see my progress. This is not impressive, by the way, on the front end at all. You're going to be like, dude, you kind of suck. I know I kind of sucked, but I was able to get better, thank God. My first year in entrepreneurship, I thought I was going to make $100,000. I made $8,000, okay? My second year in entrepreneurship, I'm like, this sucks, dude. Anything is better than this. And I made $16,000. At this point, I'm thinking about quitting every single day. And I'm like, I still haven't given my best. I got to get better. I got to commit. My next year in entrepreneurship, I made $32,000. So I still suck, by the way, okay? This time I'm probably 21 years old or so. And so 8,000, 16,000, 32, but I'm starting to see a trend now. My income's doubling every year. Let's see what happens next year. $62,000, okay? That's my fourth year in business. And finally, my fifth year in business, I made $115,000. I was 23 years old, 23 turning 24 years old, and I made $100,000. It was a big deal for me. Guys, there are a lot of people that make a lot more money a lot faster. There's guys in my team, in our company, that have made $100,000 their first 9 months in business. I didn't make $100,000 for 5 years. Don't ever judge yourself by where you start and your progress compared to somebody else's. Everybody's got a different level of experience. They're at a different season in life. They have a different market. They have a different mindset. They have a different skill set. There's so many things that are different. And then one of the biggest problems is that we compare ourselves to other people way too much. And so I make $115,000 that year. I'm fired up. Don't have a 2-year degree or 4-year degree, but making $100,000 coming from restaurants, that was a big deal. Next year, $132,000. It didn't double. Why? Because something happened in my mind when I made $100,000 that I was like, okay, cool. I haven't made it because I'm definitely not rich or wealthy, but like I'm going to make it. And my urgency, my personal development, my commitment, my paranoia slowed down a little bit. My consistency, my drive, my urgency slowed down a little bit. Next year, $132,000. All right, so $132,000. Next year after that, what happened? $120,000. So I actually went backwards. This was the first year, and there's always a sign when something happens. It didn't happen out of nowhere. We just don't pay attention to it along the way. It's kind of like when we get, all of us have maybe been in better shape, worse shape, and when you start gaining weight, it doesn't happen. You don't put 40 pounds on in one burger, right? It's little by little by little by little, but you're not really looking at it. You don't want to look at it. You don't want to look at the truth. And so we end up going backwards. I should have caught that, by the way, on the year that my income only went up from 115 to 132 because everything else was a double. That was not. I should have caught that, but you get distracted. So 120, I go backwards. I'm like, hey, this can't be the case. I got to level up. I got to get better. 174, then 226, then 331, then 404. Every year is just getting better, right? Then we commit 2016. We're at 404. We commit. Man, I really want to level up. I'm really serious about life now. Just a different level of seriousness. And this was, I think I was 30 years old. Yeah, because 2016, 96, 2006. 2016, yeah, I was 30 years old. So man, I'm 30 years old. I want to make something like I thought I'd be a millionaire by now. Why are you going so slow? Why don't you go faster, George? So committed $626,000. So we jumped almost $222,000 in a year. What happened? Got comfortable. Went from 626 guys to 630. Only grew my income by $4,000 in a year. Next year, 705, right? At this point, I'm like, something's going wrong here. Like, what's going on again? You're slipping again, George. You're not as urgent. You're not in the game. Like, you got comfortable making $50,000 a month, $60,000 a month, $40,000 a month. Why are you letting money slow you down? Because I'm paying all my bills. I'm saving money. Things are good. Like, I have a nice car. Like, we have a nice place. We're traveling the world already at this point. So why do you need to make more money? And the question was, why do you need to make more money? And I realized that, and even at this point, my parents, I'm helping them out here and there. I'm not fully taking care of them. I'm not fully living where I want to live, but I'm so much better than I was that I got comfortable again. And I said, no, my big dreams and goals, I want to retire my mom and dad. I want to take over that mortgage. I want to buy my dream house. I want to drive the Ferrari. I want to travel here. I want to be able to give more church. I want to be able to help more people. I want to be a leader in my family. I want to be a leader in my business. I want to be a leader in the community. So I said, man, I got to level up. And in 2020, I finally made my first $1 million, right? My first $1 million. So started in the financial industry in 2005, right? And 14 years later, 2005, got licensed towards the end of 2005. 14 years later, I crossed my first $1 million, right? In between there, we left a company to start our own agency. And so there was starting over a little bit and having to figure out, websites and software and systems and contracts with insurance companies. Some things we were doing, some we were not doing, but as a new firm, we were going through this process. And we didn't have a lot of people making that kind of money. There wasn't that many people. And so the identity, the belief of, is this possible? Can it happen? Was completely different than it is today. Today, every 3, 4, 5 months, there's a new millionaire in the company right now. There's a new 7-figure earner. So the question is not anymore, can I make $1 million? The question is, how fast can I make $1 million? But when I first got started, because I wasn't around people that were, really making millions of dollars when we started our own company, we didn't have that example. We were becoming that example for other people. It really required a lot of faith and a lot of consistency, a lot of reinvention along the way. But it was a goal to be able to say, hey, I became a $1 million earner. And it was something that I want to do for myself. Do I have what it takes to be a millionaire? There are things that we want to do to get validation from other people. But at some point, to get to the next level is no longer any more about validation. Maybe it's about lifestyle for you. Maybe it's about freedom, true freedom, right? We say that and we made a video on survival, status, freedom, and purpose, the 4 levels that people go through. When you start making some more money, you also start spending more money, and you realize to live the lifestyle that I want, it costs quite a bit. And I really want to also be able to save and invest more. So I got to make more now too. And then you start thinking, like, are we financially secure? And that's where, real financial freedom comes in. And you start wanting to just go from buying things, cars and homes and things like that, to having assets and investments. And your mindset changes. You go from a consumer to an investor. And then the last one, right, when you go from freedom to purpose, that's where you have financial freedom for you, for your loved ones. We're working towards generational freedom right now. We're not there yet. I'm not there yet. Generational freedom for me is a specific number, and that we're working towards right now and building towards, to where I know that my kids' kids and my kids' kids would be financially provided for, and could be independent of needing other people to do something for them or provide something for them. So we're working towards that, and along the way, helping other people do the same. So just want to document my journey on getting to $1 million. This is not to be to brag in any way. It's to show you that it didn't happen overnight. It didn't. I didn't just say, hey, by the way, I'm only going to count this many years from this day to this day. No, I count every single year from the day I was introduced to this business and I had an opportunity, whether I was licensed or not, whether I knew the business or not. There's a lot of convenient stories on when people start tracking how long it took me to become a millionaire. I'm giving you the real answer. It took me a while to become a millionaire. From 19 to 33 years old, it took me to become a millionaire. But if I did it, I know that other people can do it if they want it bad enough. So hope this encourages you to keep growing and getting better. And if it did, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. We'll see you on the next video, everybody.